Hello, this is Crypto CG. Welcome to today's trade of the day. It's the Monday night Zoom edition. And Bitcoin was kind of mellow over the weekend, a little bit of a dip today. Not a whole lot going on, but let's go to the chart anyway. So I'll share my screen and you guys should see my Bitcoin day chart.
Yeah.
Can I get an amen?
Yes, amen.
All right. So I drew this trend line, I think about 2 weeks ago. Seems to be holding so far. Did have a little bit of a dip down here earlier in the month. We did dip below 42 on Saturday and again today, but bounced right back. So 42.5 seems to be our support in the short term. We'll see if that holds. Let's look at the 4-hour. Yeah, I just had an alert go off on the 1-hour. Yeah, some negative divergence here. So on the RSI momentum, on balance volume, and the money factor index, 4 oscillators printing bearish divergence. So something to consider if you're looking to go long on a day trade. This may want to give you pause. But we do have a green candle forming on the hourly. Don't usually go this low on Bitcoin, but yeah, we had 3 straight 15-minute candles go down, which probably triggered the divergence, and then we've got the rebound here. So we will see. All right, and then Ethereum. Yeah, that's a trend line from Friday, I believe. Did not hold over the weekend. We did dip below 3,000. Haven't gotten back above it yet. We're 29.34 now. A couple of green candles though. Maybe we'll get back up over 3,000 on Ethereum. Regarding the news that could affect the markets, there was some more rumbling about Russia and the Ukraine, but looked like the threat and retaliation seemed to be in the form of sanctions as opposed to, warmongering. So I guess that's a good thing. I heard about that this morning. Might be if you guys know of anything updated on that, let me know. But otherwise, I didn't see a whole lot in the news that was really going to affect anything. Click the news real quick on TradingView. Yeah, nothing's jumping out at me. I'm looking forward to this Netflix to air documentary about the crypto heist of some American couple who ended up getting caught and having to give up a lot of it, if not all of it. But otherwise, yeah, not much going on. So pretty mellow Monday. Any questions or comments about Ethereum and Bitcoin or the market in general before we move over to Altcoin Alert? Super Bowl was kind of fun last night. Had a few crypto commercials. We had a QR code for Coinbase Pro crash the server. And I saw ads for crypto.com and FTX as well. So I got to tell my dad, yeah, I've got those tokens, and he was like, "What, Chinese money?" That's what he calls it. So yeah, Carl Sr. thinks crypto is Chinese money. So all right, you guys aren't jumping in on this, so let's move over to Altcoin Alert, see if we can find some trades or at least set some up. Alrighty then, Altcoin Alert. I am on the radar page, which is the second option. Easy mode is off. I want to see all the information, all the columns. Do my reload, make sure I'm current. Take a quick look at AA score, see if there's anything jumping out at me. I'd like to see very bullish, 85 or higher. The best we have right now is Luna at 79. I like Luna, I trade it all the time, so let's check it out. Okay, go to the day chart, get the big picture. We had the big pump at the end of the year to about 100, pretty big drop after that, lost about half. Now we're over 50, we're at 54.24. Good, I got a long position in this. I've been stuck in it for a while, so hopefully that clears out. Yeah, let's go to the hour. And it's kind of mellow and slowly creeping up. Yeah. I have added something to my chart. I've been working with Terry Oliver in the CryptNation group on a project. He's really adamant about having the 50-day moving average on your charts. 50-day, not to be confused with the 50 period. So, and he likes this as a filter. For example, in this situation, he would only take shorts because the price action is below the 50-day. If it were above, he would only take longs. Since we do a lot of dip trading here, this isn't real useful in that regard, but it can be if you're more of a trend trader. So since I've been working with some trend approaches as well, I went ahead and put this on my charts. So if you're curious what the yellow line is, now you know. All right, so that's the hour. And then on the 5-minute, can we find a trade now? We're looking kind of squeezy here. Yeah, about 4% between the Bollinger Bands. Not bad, but not great either. Don't like to buy up here unless I see a good retrace, and I don't see one at the moment. So what do? We go to our 15-minute chart, we set alerts. So if you want to go long on Luna, we can set an alert to where we see some support. I see that here around between 51 and maybe 51.70. So you could put your price alert right around here, around 51.30, or maybe just go to the bottom of the Bollinger Band at 51.01. And if that alert goes off, reevaluate from what you see at that time. And we also like to use the oscillators and the indicators as well. We could do an alert on divergence, make it positive divergence. I usually do 1 bar per close, type up a name, and you're good to go. Our other option, you guys have probably heard me talk about this many times at this point, a crossing alert on the 20 on the MFI or the 30 on the RSI. Let's do the MFI first. Crossing up on the 20. Type in your name and you're good to go. So what'll happen is if it does something like this, see where it dropped below the 20 and came back up, you got this nice candle action here. You can catch this. And if you see this alert triggers, then you go over to your 5-minute chart, you'll most likely be in a 1, 2, 3 dip sequence. You might catch the second or third dip, but that's what I like about these alerts here. Here's another example over here. This comes back up. You get in right about here and dip a little bit, and then you got your jump up to SMA line on the 15-minute chart, 2.3%. So that's a pretty good day trade. If you hang on longer, you could have gotten 3% here quite a bit later. Probably would have stuck with the 2%. And then we have the RSI, which I really have more experience with. Put the alert crossing up on the 30 value. Once per price per bar close, type in your name, and you're good to go. So any 4 of those options are alerts I like to use to get better entries than just winging it based on an altcoin alert, alert on the Slack group or something like that. So I like to use a little bit of technical analysis, not much, but a little bit to get better entry points. And I find that served me well in the year and a half, a little longer, almost 2 years. Well, it'll be 2 years in July. So year and a half that I've been in Altcoin Alert. So any questions on Luna? Okay. We've also got Helium, which I used to trade when I was on Binance, Quant, which I've traded before. It's on Coinbase Pro. Bullish 72.3. It's not a great score, but not bad. Let's go ahead and look at Quant.
Where'd you see the score on Altcoin Alert?
The far right AA score.
Oh, I've got it blocked. Okay, thanks.
Okay. All right, on Quant, day chart, get the big picture. Had a huge move in September. I remember this. Yeah. I kept trying to catch it down here and kept missing it. I was on a Coin Metro, I think it was before this listing over the summer, kept missing it. It went all the way to 400. That was a bummer. I would have day traded it anyway and probably checked out with about 10 or 20%, but didn't even get that. Dadgummit. Anyway, enough war stories. Took a huge drop, almost 80%. Came back earlier this month. Been dipping again on the 1 hour. Just sliding down. I don't think I'd want to long this. Yeah, it's sitting on the SMA line on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, don't like this at all. Looking really squeezy. Less than 4% between the Bollinger Bands. Not terrible, but not good either. Just like the last one, go to our 15-minute chart, do our alerts. Seeing some support here. Right around 116, 117, 117.60. So I'd probably set an alert, around between 115 and 120. Try to catch it down here in a dip sequence. It's way high on the MFI and then just dipped. So you got your divergence alerts. You can put an alert on that. Go to positive divergence. And there you go. You got your trending up, crossing up on the 20 on the MFI, crossing up on the 30 on the RSI. I know I'm getting repetitive on that, but so I'm not going to diagram them anymore. I'll just kind of repeat it and then we'll move on so we can go over some more options. Okay, any questions on Quant? Okay. So that covers the AA scores. Another thing we like to do is sort by this long-term sentiment. Josh from the Tide talked about this back in November, and I've had some pretty good results with it. On the bullish side, we've got, I'm looking for, so for very bullish or bullish, and then confirmation here with the Elder Impulse daily. Quick recap, long-term sentiment is the Twitter data, the word on the street. What are people talking about on social media? Are they talking about this coin? That tends to precede big moves. And then the Elder Impulse is a technical indicator, blends the moving average and the MACD. So when you get confirmation between the long-term sentiment and Elder Impulse, that can be useful. So at the moment, we don't have any between the very bullish long-term sentiment and the Elder Impulse daily. So I'm going to scroll down a little farther. Okay, I've got bullish on long-term sentiment and the daily Huobi token. I think that's only on Huobi, so that's not that useful. FTT, we've got bullish on the long-term, bullish on the Elder Impulse, slight climb today. Had the Super Bowl ad yesterday. We're bullish on the AA score, but not radically so. But I think this is a worth a look. So let's go to FTT. On the day chart, it had its big move in September. Down 60%. Nice move up in January and February. A little bit of a dip since then. On the hour, mostly dropping, but recently, pretty much today, drifting up a little bit. 5 minute. And we're at the top of the Bollinger Band, drifting down towards the SMA line, the red line here. If we get a little bounce from here, you could get in and that's not very good. I think that's kind of risky. I think with this, I do the same thing I've showed you guys on the other three. Go to the 15-minute chart. Do your alerts on divergence on the positive side. Try to catch a dip on the MFI or the RSI like I've talked about. So we've got support here on the 15-minute chart, right around between 43 and the low to mid 43s. So that's where my price alert would be if I wanted to go that route. We are above the 50-day EMA, so it should trend up. Any questions on FTT or FTX? All right, let's see if we can find another one on Altcoin Alert. That was FTT. Scrolling down further, yeah, we're out of bullishness here. So
How often does this update?
about every minute. Actually, reload should say.
Seriously, it's going through and recalculating and restructuring all this every minute.
That's what they say. You sound skeptical.
I do. Yes.
There was a ad a long time ago with little kids saying, "I'm skeptical." Yeah, me too. I'm skeptical.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, here's what I also like to do with Altcoin Alert long-term sentiment is look for crap, stuff to short. So those of you who trade on leverage, you know, this can be a useful tool. I've already shorted Link this morning, did really well with it. There's another one here on DAG. Haven't traded that in forever. And got one on Atom as well. Let's look at Atom because I haven't looked at that one today. All right, so this is the, let's go to the day chart. So there's my yellow 50-day moving average. We're below that, so we're looking for shorts. Though we do have a big giant bullish divergence that just hit. That's yesterday though. Well, we just had our UTC time change, which happens at 5 o'clock my time, and it's 5:22. So this is something of a concern if you want to short it. On the 1 hour, has been trending down, but we did have a recovery today. A 5 minute. Looking squeezy. It's at the top of the Bollinger Band, which is good if you're shorting. About 4% between the two. Okay, so we're going to do the opposite of what we were looking at before. I remember how to change this. Alt-I. Yeah, that reverses it. That's not very useful. Divergence kind of cluttering up things. Well, then again, we are going to probably do. We've got divergence on bearish printing now, but this candle is not closed yet. This doesn't close for another 7 minutes according to my clock. So you might want to wait till this closes if you want to short this. We've had a couple punches up at the top of the Bollinger Band, but it hasn't been able to sustain it on the 15-minute chart. So if you want to short, that's encouraging. And we just had a drop from the top of the MFI, the 80 down below, and the RSI hasn't reached 70 yet. So if you want to short it, you might want to put your alert on the RSI, since we already have one showing here, and the MFI has already come down from the 80. That would give you a third, confirmation. You probably feel pretty good about shorting this. So you put your alert down here. We're going to be crossing down instead of crossing up. Do that 70. Once per bar close, call it what you want, and you're good to go. Any questions on shorting Atom? All right. Let's see. Let's look at one more. We're actually running a little
Yeah.
ahead today.
Can I suggest one to look at?
Sure.
Yeah, Aave. It looks like it's in a very similar situation to that.
Okay. Day chart. Below the 50, trending down on the hour. Yeah, trending down hard, but some pump action here trying to recover. Or will it bounce? On the 5-minute, can't seem to push through the top of the Bollinger Band and stay. So Craig may have a point on this. Let's go to the 15-minute where we would put our alerts. Yeah, we have a MACD divergence forming on this candle right now. Hasn't closed yet. The MFI is already on top, so is the RSI. So this is actually a little bit better candidate than what we looked at with Atom. So, but you see the divergence went away because the candle hadn't closed yet. It's what we call repainting. It's annoying if you rely on the indicators for helping you out choosing your trades. So that's why you so often see me do, at the close of the candle on my alerts. So if I set this alert here, once per bar close, we'll take care of that problem. Of course,
Out
the
of curiosity, can you
Okay.
look at Bitcoin on this 15-minute and see if
Okay.
it's looking like the same way?
Yeah, we don't have divergence yet on this indicator
Okay.
on the 15, but it's possible that it did the same thing we just saw on Aave. It may have, been here and then flashed when it went up a little bit. So
All right. Thank you.
you're welcome. Laura brings up a good point. It's always good to check Bitcoin, see what it's doing before you make before you actually make that trade. Okay, back to Aave. Were we done with this? I think we were. Oh, what do you do?
I'm waiting for it to go just a little bit higher. I've actually set a buy order a bit above where it is now, because I actually believe it's going to turn around and come down.
Okay. We talk about low buy orders. You can do high buy orders too if you want to short something. So same concept. Maybe put it at the top of the Bollinger Band, like Craig said, maybe a little bit above. Of course, if it shoots up, that's the risk you take. But you could either, if you have to get away from the computer and you're confident of your analysis, nothing wrong with doing that. If you're going to be near your computer, I think the better course is to set your alert and then reevaluate. But he's so close to his goal that may not be necessary. So, but yeah, I like to look at this on a short, so everything's in place. I'd probably want to see 1 or 2 red candles for confirmation, but all the indicators are on board. So well, RSI is now pointing up a little bit, so could put an alert on the RSI trend crossing down. Maybe instead of 70, you go 65 just to be sure. Once per bar close, and there you go. All right. I think there was one more. Did I hear Laura?
Oh, no,
No,
sorry.
just kidding.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm looking at, I think there are several that are like this. If we just, Bitcoin's gonna go back down, we're range trading again.
Yep. You know, I could show you the link chart, but it's probably going to look the same. So, um, any questions on Altcoin Alert before I switch over to iCoinPro? Okay. Well, what I do like about AA is it did provide some coins to at least look at. So, you know, if I get 4 or 5 coins to look at in the morning when I do my review, I'm happy with that. So, all right, on Altcoin Alert, I was going to point out some things. This is the forum. If you're a paying member, you know, you have access to this. Justin Clark is the co-founder of iCoinPro, and he does his morning analysis. And I have no problem stealing his work. So these are his buddy coins, the coins he's watching for the day. There's usually 3 of them. Today it was AVAX, Gala, and SHIB. I set, you know, positive divergence alerts on all 3. Took the half-hour chart. None of them hit, but that's just another source of information if you're an iCoinPro to you know, check what Justin's checking, and then the other traders will usually chime in too and what they're looking at. But so I think that's kind of cool. All right, iCoinPro. 2 main searches I like to use are the RSI Spy and the Buddy Coin Crawler. I happen to be on the RSI Spy at the moment. You can sort this by either up or down. I'm looking for values, you know, 30 or below. You've heard me talk about the RSI many times. 30 or below for a dip trade, you know, 70 or above, you know, for a short. Again, it's not, you don't trade just off of this. This is just something to look at, or to give you a coin to look at and evaluate further. So we don't have any 30 or below. It's kind of a bummer. So we'll go on the short side here. Well, let's look at least one of these. Shoot, click too many times. All right, on Binance we have Injective. The volume's pretty good. So let's go ahead and look at this. This could be a decent spot trade. I don't think this is something you can long or short, but all right, looking at the Binance chart on the day. Pretty big move in November and then big drop into February, big pump here. So it got most of its, what it lost back, and then gave it up in the next couple of days. On the hour, there's that big move and trending down since then. Can we catch this on a retrace? On the 5-minute chart, it's just dropping. What's Bitcoin doing? Yeah, generally dropping. Oh, that's the 15-minute. Yeah, kind of dropping here. All right, so this could start a dip sequence. We're already below the 20 on the MFI, just about to break the 30 on the RSI. So I think this is one where you might want to set a price alert down here around 580, 590. Or you could set an alert for this to cross back up, cross above the 20, cross above the 30. You could wait for divergence. Right click on here and do your positive divergence. You guys know the drill at this point. So this one's about to go in a dip sequence. I kind of like that, you know, as a potential spot trade. You know, set your alerts and be ready to pounce. Injective on Binance. This might be on like KuCoin or something like that. Yeah, it's on KuCoin as well. So yeah, a couple options there. Any questions on Injective and the Buddy Coin Crawler. Okay, you can use this for shorts as well. You can sort it the other way, look for values of 70 or above. But you have to be able to short these on leverage. Yeah, you can on HBAR. BTT is kind of messed up. Anyone know what's going on with BTT? Is it merging into something else, or? Because when I click this, I got an error message. Yeah, invalid symbol, news. Oh, no headlines. So we have to research that. But we can look at HBAR. And I do like this on iCoinPro. It just gives a drop down here, and I can just jump on my trading view and get that. Well, as soon as I point that out, it doesn't work. There we go. All right, day chart. Oh, shoot, that's the wrong chart. There we go. Okay. Hasn't really recovered much from the November dump. Trending up hard today, though. Lots of bearish divergence showing because it keeps hitting the Bollinger Band on the top. So this could be one to short. Yeah, that just showed up on the 5-minute chart. I don't really trust the 5-minute chart with divergence. Let's go to the 15. We did have one confirmed at 3:30 p.m., but it really didn't have much of an effect. I mean, four oscillators, indicators printed here and here and still kept going up. So it's not perfect. And on the 15, we're already above the MFI. On the 80, already above the 70 on the RSI. So I don't know if this one, and we're even below the 50-day moving average. So this one should be trending down soon. I don't know how much juice it has left. So Craig, what do you think of this? You still out there?
Yeah, I'm out here. I'm just making notes. It looks good.
Yeah. Might check this one out.
Looks like it's got a little bit more to go, but
Adam, HBAR and Adam to look at after we're done here. So
BTT was replaced by BTTC on January 23rd.
BTTC. Shoot, what's BTTC? It's only on Binance, which most of us can't trade. So there we go. All right. Any questions on HBAR? Okay.
is the volume on HBAR okay?
It's not giant. It's 15 million on on Binance, which is what I'm looking for, like 10 million or above. You probably have to look at, I'm pretty sure you can trade it on Bybit if you want to short it.
Yeah, you
so
can. You can trade it on Bybit. Yeah.
Yeah, I could. But yeah, just check the volume on there, and if it's 10 million or, I'm not even that concerned that much about volume on a smaller trade. If I'm going in pretty big, then I'm more concerned about it. But with something like with HBAR, I'd probably go in around 4 to 5% of my account with a small amount of money. So I wouldn't be that concerned. If it's 1 million or maybe 5 million or more on volume, that would be good enough for me. You just don't want it to be like 100,000 or something like that. Then with a bunch of horizontal lines on the 5-minute chart, that's no good. I don't think we have that here. Let's brings up a good point. Yeah, the candle action looks, well, that's a 15-minute. Yeah, we see any horizontal lines. Trading View has lousy volume reporting, so I only rely on the actual exchange for that. But yeah, it looks pretty good to me. And on the 5-minute, we're printing a 5er on Divergence. So yeah, we'll see. All right. So that's about all I have for iCoinPro. Looking at the fear and greed index real quick. We're into fear, but not all the way down to here, like extreme fear, like we were last week. But so we're still in fear, but not as fearful. All right. Any questions or any coins you want to look at on iCoinPro or Altcoin Alert? All right.
Hey, CJ, I had a question.
Okay.
I've never heard of the positive divergence alert. I'm sure, is that the same as the divergence for many indicator? Can you go over that?
Sure. Sure. Let's do that. So this is my yeah, this is on my basic chart. This is divergence for many indicators version 4. Now version 3 will print on the actual candle that triggers divergence. Version 4 triggers on the candle that confirms divergence. So for example, let's see if I can blow one of these up. You know, the divergence here occurs on this positive candle, and then we have a negative candle after. So the alert actually goes off on the negative candle. That's why I like version 4 so much. Version 3 would have gone off here, and then I have to sit and watch my, watch my chart and wait for confirmation. So version 4 is important. You go here, type in divergence. I mean, I've got it. As one of my favorites. EP means it's an editor's preference. I think that's what the P stands for. I know the E stands for editors. So the Trading View people like it. It's been downloaded over 10,000 times. So it should look like this in your list. Just don't do this one, do this one.
Okay, I found it. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. And again, quickly, divergence is a disagreement between the indicators and the price action. So let's see if we can find an example. Like this is the RSI. So the candle action's going up and the actual is going down. The RSI is going down. So that's the divergence. So I can draw it in. Yeah, so this is going down slightly and this is going up. And that's divergence. It's a lot easier instead of trying to look at, is that really going down? Is that to have these indicators pop up for me? It's a lot easier. I do like to look at the actual indicator first, but these alerts are really helpful if you like to trade divergence. Which, I barely knew what it was until I've been trading for a year and a half. So, if you're brand new and you're just learning the 1, 2, 3 dip, don't worry about divergence yet. Go ahead and get your 1, 2, 3 dip nailed down, learn the candle action. See if we can find an example. Yeah, this one's not bad. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's about 6 dips here. but eventually it does go back up. So even if you bought here, you know, too soon, you still would have been in profit, you know, after dipping down here, then, you know, 1.78% in about 3 hours. That's pretty good day trade. So it could go against you. It could go a fourth or a fifth dip, but you know, most of the time it comes back. And if it really goes against you 10% or more, you can either exit with a loss or do a ladder buy. You do a search on my YouTube page for how to ladder buy. We could probably go over that sometime in the future. Since I'm just going over the Altcoin Alert and iCoinPro, it's not always useful to do that here, but if you have a specific trade, want to learn how to ladder buy, we can talk about that. All right, guys, we're on about 40 minutes. Take one more question and wrap this up. Okay. Well, looks like no more questions, so I'll go ahead and end the recording here. For those of you who attended live, I appreciate it. If you're watching on the recording, I appreciate you too. Hope to see you live on Friday. For those of you in Carbon, go ahead and hang around. I'll start that that Zoom call in a few minutes. For the rest of you, happy trading.